What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J&B Unsupervised. Just so you guys know, we're on Spotify as well now. So we're at the same name. So head over to Spotify, follow us.
What's the name?
J&B Unsupervised.
There you go.
So, same name, so it's easy to find. Also, make sure you head over to TikTok and Facebook. We are now linked together. Same name, BuzzBuds1624. Finally got that fixed now as well. Everything's updated, but let's go and get right into the episode. So right into the real world of stuff that's going on. We lost some local celebrities, my guy. We lost Malcolm Warner. If you guys don't know him, he started really in the Cosby Show. That's really what he was most known for. He drowned, unfortunately. Ozzy Osbourne. We lost Ozzy Osbourne. He was 76 years old. They worked on him for 2 hours to try to save his life. His poor ribs. His poor chest cavity. 2 hours.
That's crazy.
2 hours. They didn't want him to go yet.
No, they weren't ready, but he was ready.
He was ready. And then we lost the immortal Hulk Hogan. He was 71 years old. They worked on him for half an hour.
Yep. Apparently he was recovering from a surgery.
Yes.
And one thing kind of led to another. Apparently he had cardiac arrest. So something kind of went a little funky with his recovery.
A little bit.
But it's really crazy with Ozzy Osbourne, as everybody knows, even if you don't listen to his music, everybody knows Ozzy. And it's crazy to think that he performed like 2.5 weeks ago on stage in England, where everything pretty much started, everything originated from. Made $180 million there just on that one concert.
He did.
Donated it all to, I don't want to say charity, but donated it all to Parkinson's disease, because that's what he had.
Yep.
And he went out, kind of on a bang, and a lot of people kind of thought that he might have potentially could have passed away on stage. And that
there was a lot of people.
Such an Ozzy Osbourne thing to do.
I just remember watching the Ozzy Osbourne TV show and him having that fucking drawer in his kitchen just full of fucking candy bars. Like, god damn, dude, talking about having a sweet dude. Like, who would fuck? But, yeah, we lost some local celebrities, definitely some big names in that world, and just the way life works, my guy.
And it's really funny.
Please don't work on me for 2 hours. Let me the fuck go. Please. Don't do it.
It's funny in this day and age, in this world, it always seems to be when a celebrity goes, it's 3 celebrities.
Yeah.
They always seem to go in triplets, and it always kind of makes you kind of question conspiracy out there, like, what's going on, and what's really going on that you're kind of hiding this from, that you're like, hey, this person died.
I guess it's more
this
crazy,
other person seriously dies from drowning.
Yeah, like Malcolm was 54. When you think about the Cosby Show, I'm like, damn, you're only 54. Like, that's pretty young. But then Ozzy Osbourne, I did not know that he was only 76. I thought the dude was much older.
I don't know. I thought he died a long time ago.
If you look at Hulk Hogan, who was 71, like, you would have thought Hulk Hogan was older than Ozzy.
Yeah.
But condolences to all their families, man. That's just the way life works, man. Not every day is promised, but that is the news in the real world. One thing I wanted to touch on, moving on from that aspect, we all know that UFC is going to be in the White House. It's going to be on the White House front lawn, right? And we've talked about that card. Now, granted, it's going to be on July 4th next year, 2026. It's going to be a massive card. There's been a lot we've talked about it, like who we would like to see on the card. What were your thoughts on Dana White saying no to John Jones for the White House card because it's too risky? I'm like, no, like we need those names.
It's too early. I think Dana White's still a little pissy
with how
he's handled the current fight that he was trying to get on
with the Tom Aspinall fight,
and I think he's just kind of a little pissy about it. I think as time progresses, you can't keep him off.
I just don't think
Dana White calls him the GOAT. Literally
every time, pound for pound, best fighter
of UFC calls him the GOAT. How you want to keep the GOAT of UFC off one of the most, the biggest. It's
literally going to be the biggest thing in sports history
ever for UFC. Like you're not
going to be like on the White House.
You're not going to get baseball. You're not going to get basketball. You're not going to get soccer or football on the White House lawn.
No,
but we're literally getting a UFC fight on the U.S. lawn. And how are you going to keep the best ever UFC fighter to ever don the octagon not there? Like they'll get it figured out. And I think there's still a little pissy match.
A little bit of pissy match, a little bit of pitcher match. But
stay off the drugs. Though. You can't be doing drugs.
No, you can't be doing that.
You can't be doing drugs. So
But honestly, if you are trouble partner, so you'll be fine.
Honestly, he might be okay with it.
He might be
like honestly, like do steroids. Get jacked.
He might do that. Speaking of Donald Trump, he's kind of gotten himself into a little bit of the sports here.
A little bit.
He did sign an executive order to eliminate third parties paying these. He's trying to keep the college sports, and keep them away from being considered professional athletes in a way. He's trying to protect the sport. Do you like him intervening in that aspect? That the fact that he had to come in and sign an executive order put in place? I know we were talking about that earlier in the week.
I feel like it's a little aggressive for the United States president to be caring that much about college sports, but he's also been very adamant about keeping women's sports and biological women and biological men in sports, and running a little bit the Olympics has come out and said if biological men will participate in biological women's sports, biological men will participate in biological men's sport.
Yep.
Now, as going forward as a world, as a really probably just the United States, like if you're wanting transgenders, they can have their own Olympics. We have the Special Olympics.
Yep.
Why not have the transgender Olympics moving forward? That way, y'all can participate against other transgenders.
Might as well.
That makes the most sense to me. So you'll be going, you're a man-woman going against man-woman, and woman-man going against man-woman. So really, be woman be woman, man be man. But on Trump, he's always been kind of he likes sports. He went to the Super Bowl last year, the Chiefs versus Eagles, and I think this is something he feels that is important enough to have the government involved in.
Considered he titled it President Donald J. Trump Saves College Sports. That's the title.
Well, he also titled a tax bill the Big Beautiful Tax Bill, so he also feels quite highly about what he's doing. I feel like that's kind of a weird thing for our president of the United States to be worrying about.
Okay, so you think that's weird. He's also very adamant about the Washington Commanders, going back to the Washington Redskins, said he's going to intervene in this whatever is going on. He wants to bring them to D.C. and all that stuff. What are your thoughts about him intervening and getting them back to the Redskins?
I think he's just kind of on the same side that everybody else kind of is when it comes to the Washington Commanders of going back to being the Washington Redskins. Like the whole push for them to change to leave the Redskins name. I felt like maybe there was the information was wrong out there. The media was feeding maybe something a little bit wrong because you kind of reach out to the Native American side of everything.
They want it back. They've made it very clear. That's dating back 2 years ago. They were like, we want it back, and they've been very vocal about that as well.
And so the Commanders is not such a great name versus the Redskins. At least you actually have a logo, and
But in totality of where we're at, do you like that our president is focused on sports? Do you like him dabbling in that, or do you think he needs to take a little bit of a step back?
Apparently, there's just not a whole lot going on outside of the United States that he has to quite worry about.
Considering he's got time for that, which I think it's also kind of cool that you have. In the same instance, I think it's kind of cool that you have a president that is also like you said, he's passionate. He likes sports. He's made it very clear. He goes to these events. When people tell him he probably shouldn't go, he's like, nah, fuck that. I want to go to this event and participate. He's been very vocal in soccer, been to the FIFA stuff up there, celebrating with them and trophies and stuff.
Celebrating
even the players we didn't expect him to want to celebrate with us. Like, I'd be cool. Like, fuck it. Like, you the president, you want to celebrate with me? Let's do it, dude. I don't give a crap. Like, I just won a championship. You want to celebrate with me? Fuck it. I don't care. So, but yeah, that's just, president. How do you guys feel about that? And I personally don't mind it. Again, like outside of the college thing, of having to put in executive order because the NCAA has lost all power, all credibility, and totality. So
I think it's just trying to. I think maybe it's kind of.
But how do you put a value on a player, on a college athlete? Like, I know we're doing it, but how do you really put a value on a college athlete?
How do you
really know?
How do you put a value on a pro athlete?
That's fair. I guess more like there's a standard in the NFL, like that players made that, but in like college, this is still
over
kind
time
of new.
You'll come out to a standard. There'll be a standard of like 5 stars are worth this, 4 stars are worth this, 3 stars coming in as freshmen and out of high school as freshmen into college. Like kind of be their standard, and then
I guess they just gotta really figure out that number, and like as you get better, okay, like you're in this range or you're in this range, and then so forth. Just gotta figure it out. It's gonna take time because this is, and even though it's not new, it's still new.
It's still very uncharted territory. How you're supposed to kind of
navigate it,
and pay these guys And I think over time, in the next about 10 years, it will come kind of locked down where players aren't always transferring out for more money. They're being locked down by contracts and actual obligations.
Yep.
I think they'll be considered more as pro athletes that are being paid money in college where they can't just up and leave. And so I think you'll start seeing a lot more like actual like contract details come out. Kind of
which would be very interesting to see how that goes. I'd be very curious to see how.
I bet you'll start seeing a whole.
I know Shamar still won't be happy about seeing details in the contract.
Yeah, well,
but that's a whole other conversation that we'll get to later on. Speaking of sports media, we're not the biggest fans of your major sports media outlets. There's a few that we like, that we dabble in, but not everything. But our guy Shannan Shape, he's been off air for a while, but we could be possibly seeing him back on the air here very soon. I would like to imagine so. His lawsuit with that OnlyFans model, wherever you want to call her, was dismissed with prejudice. That's very interesting. The case was settled. People are like, well, if he settled the case, he's guilty. No, I got time to go back and forth, so we settled it. It was as ironic as she literally came out and retired from OnlyFans. Like, literally, I'm going to go on to other... I bet you are when you got that money, but... What are your thoughts on that being dismissed? It just kind of makes me think what was this? Is literally was just all a publicity stunt.
It was a witch hunt.
It was a witch hunt, trying to get a little bit of more money, but
she felt like she had some kind of leverage to get some money, and she got some money.
She did not the $50 million she was after, but she did get some money. I don't know what the full number was.
I think I saw like $20 million.
So, but that just kind of makes me think.
That's not admitting that he was guilty.
He just settled. Like
he was like, let's just.
Because the case was dismissed. Like there was he did nothing wrong. Case was dismissed with prejudice. So
it was come out that they were in a consensual sexual relationship, and can't help that you with like a 6'5", 200-some pound man, and you a 120-pound wet. And
this kind of makes me think he's going to be back, hopefully on TV soon. I don't like to think so. Again, he's still on doing his podcast stuff with Chad Johnson and stuff that's still booming. So. You're very curious if we get him back on TV because I kind of miss seeing Shannan Shape on TV.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see how that goes. But in the NFL world, obviously training camp is going on right now. We got some NFL drama / training camp stuff we need to talk about. So right off, we're going to start with the Chicago Bears. We're going to start with Chicago Bears. We all know Ben Johnson is the new head coach. Came from Detroit. Ben Johnson he clearly not playing no game. He kicked the whole offense out of practice. Because they weren't doing their job correctly.
Well, so apparently they threw him out there, the very first 11 snap. Cam Williams, pick, bam. All right, and so fast forward to they were doing 7v7. It's 7v7, so there's no line. There's no O-line or D-line, and the offense couldn't get lined up.
Nope.
Then the coach yanked all the starters off and put in the backups, and apparently Cam Williams kind of took that in stride. There wasn't bitching or anything, which... I don't know why we need to put that out there.
Yeah.
But, to put out there that he wasn't bitching or complaining or upset, but he took it in stride and took the punishment as is. Like, you got to get better.
You got to look at it, too. Ben Johnson's trying to instill standards and a winning culture, and this is the part of it. These guys have never really had this. But in the same breath about the Bears have the longest active drought without a 4,000-yard passer. They've had 105 seasons and never had a 4,000-yard passer. Does Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson achieve that?
No, not this year.
Not this year? Not this year? That's 105 seasons. 105 seasons. That's insane.
That's kind of crazy. I thought maybe 1 year with Rex Grossman, maybe they would have eclipsed that, but I guess not. No, I don't think this year. Maybe
that's fair.
Maybe next year they might see a 4,000. I mean, 4,000 passing, that's a lot of yards. I mean, we have a lot of the top echelon quarterbacks that get close to kind of 5,000.
Yeah,
we don't really see a lot of guys.
When you think about the 5,000s, we're like, oh my God, he had 5,000 yards this season. That's top of the line right there.
4,000 is really kind of more towards the more elite top 5, top 8 kind of.
Most guys are around that 33, 35,
38 top-ish, and I don't necessarily see them letting Caleb Williams air it out like that this year.
So that's the drama. That's not really drama with the Bears. That's just Ben Johnson trying to set standards, trying to establish a winning type of culture. I like to see it. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones on his bullshit again. He's on that stuff. We obviously know Michael Parsons up for a contract. They have not submitted a contract offer to him. And Jerry Jones, I'm I'm fully thinking that the Cowboys are not trying to win and all that. I just feel like Jerry just wants it to be about drama. Like you got to have your name in the headlines. You got to be talking about me, my team, and no other way to do it than spark up drama and overpay my athlete pretty much because you overpaid Dak. I don't know if you really overpaid CD, but
not currently.
Not currently.
Not how shipped out.
When we look at about T.J. Watt was 41 and a half or 41.1 million, I think it was his contract. When we last saw the average annual for Michael Parsons' contract is looking like it's like 45. That's hella overpaid. And that's not knocking Michael Parsons, but that's like a $5 million difference for a non-quarterback. Like, whoo.
Well,
like I don't know why Jerry keeps doing it.
Well, it's almost kind of like Jerry Jones is kind of like my team's irrelevant. I haven't been to the Super Bowl since the 90s. I've been to an NFC Championship game since then as well. I've had teams in my own division. All of them have been to an NFC Championship game or Super Bowl since they have been. So really, they're irrelevant. People are questioning: are they really the America's team? You're not. Like you're not America's team. Like I'm sorry, but like. That title goes to Kansas City, it goes to Buffalo or Baltimore. Like you're not America's team. People don't tune in to watch you. We're forced to watch you because you're put on national television, and you're trash.
You literally get a game every year on Thanksgiving because Jerry. You
get a lot of primetime games and you don't belong to be there because you've been irrelevant. But that's that's neither here nor there. Really, what it is why don't you pay? Why do you wait to pay your guys so long? Maybe because that's the only way, because you have an elite guy that if I don't pay you, I would be asked by the media, and then ESPN will talk about me. Fox, CBS will talk about me not paying my guy. So the Cowboys, we stay relative because I'm not paying you. So I'm talked about, so people care about me.
But then you take jabs at players that have nothing to do with the question. Like they were talking about Mike, and he threw a jab at Dak Prescott. Like, what are we doing? Like, Jerry, what are you doing? Then they asked him, would you step down as general manager? He gave like a bullshit answer for the most part. Like he's not. He'll never step down. It's all about Jerry, and it'll all be about Jerry until Jerry's gone. And when he is gone, it'll still be about Jerry because you'll tune in because Jerry passed away. So Cowboys are doing cowboy things. Jerry Jones is doing Jerry Jones things.
Which is the Cowboys. Cowboys do Cowboys things. They'll start out decent, and then around the holiday season, back into the season, they'll flame out and be first-round exit at best. Yeah, at best. And think about it, too. When we think about the Dallas Cowboys, they were, where were we at? They were 7-10 last year. 7-10, 41 win percentage. I think probably be like 11.
So
11 wins this year at best.
At best 11 wins. We can rock with that. So next thing up, Scary Terry McLaurin. He's looking for a new contract. He did not report to training camp last season. He had 82 receptions for basically 1,100 yards, 13 yards a catch, 13 touchdowns. What is he worth? A lot of people say that he's a wide receiver 1 making wide receiver 3 money. So where do you see his worth? Where do you really see his worth at, my man here? Like, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler. I mean,
he's worth. What? Let's see here.
He's had 1,000 yards every year but 1 year, his first year in the league, and he damn near was 1,000 yards.
Jedd's making 35, CD's making 34. I'm not paying him more than Jamar Chase at 40.
No.
DK's making 32. No, DK's making pretty much 33. Garrett Wilson's making 32 and a half. So I'm giving him
26 to.
I'm giving him 33
30,
a year.
He's 33 a year.
That puts him over DK that's making 32.99.
He was a 3rd round pick. He was a 76 overall pick in the 2019 draft.
Well, he's making 23-2 now.
Yeah, people say he's making wide receiver 3 money as a wide receiver.
Okay, so all right, so Scary Terry's making. I'm going to tell you. Stop me when there's a player better than him, because I'm about to read to you makes more than him.
Okay.
So we got Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts.
He's better than him.
Debo.
He's better than Debo.
Nico Collins. He's better than Nico's making 24. Devontae Smith. Yes. DJ Moore. Yes. Waddle, 28.
He's better than Waddle.
So now we're sitting at 28-7 with T. Higgins.
Yeah, he's right around there, yeah.
So, okay, all right, but then Brandon Ayuk?
Who he better than Brandon Ayuk?
All right, so then now we got to pay him more. Tyreek Hill, the one-trick pony right now, $30 million.
Yes.
And then we got Amon St. Brown at 30 and A.J. Brown at 32.
So he's got to, I would say he's got to be right around underneath Amon St. Brown.
So he's right around 30 to 33 million.
Yeah, yes, that's fair.
So he deserves.
Do you think the Commanders getting this done though? Like, or what?
Yes, you have for your rookie quarterback. You have to get it done. You're not paying a quarterback.
Like, why are we not getting it done?
I don't want to say the Commanders are trying to commander here back to the old days, but like there's seem to be.
We're under new ownership. I don't know why we're. I guess for me, I'm looking at the production here. He's had 1,000 yards every year, but his rookie year, he had 919 yards. But he had 58 receptions. He did that. He did 919 yards on 58 receptions with 7 touchdowns.
I think the biggest problem is he's 30.
Yeah.
And like the only person that's above him that's making more that's older than him is Tyreek Hill at 31. Everybody else is 28, 27. So he's on the wrong side of 30.
Well, I also look at it too. Like his first year in the league, 7 touchdowns, then 4, then 5, then 5, then 4, and then last season he had 13.
Right, but he didn't have a quarterback.
He's never had a
the best quarterback he's ever had was Alex Smith, until Jay Daniels showed up.
Yes. So
I guess he did have Kirk Cousins there for a little bit though too as well. But like, the best quarterback he had was Alex Smith.
And it's not like he's not durable. Games started, 14 games played, 14. Like he's not. He's 6 years, 97 games. And he's never missed a game. He's been available, so it's not like...
I mean, are you telling me Calvin Ridley should make as much as he does?
No.
Calvin Ridley's making 23, and he's and Scary's making 23.
Yeah, no.
About time that he gets repaid. It's time for him to get paid again around.
I almost wonder if it's like always the same bullshit, the guaranteed money, or is it like the contract?
Probably around
guaranteed money. We've heard about his contract, but we haven't really heard about what's the actual holdup. It's just been...
because it's the Commanders. It's not a big name in the NFL.
That's fair.
Because Scary Terry's not the biggest name as a wide receiver, but he's a well-established wide receiver, and he deserves to be paid. I don't know why you're holding up paying him. You have a rookie quarterback that balled out for year 1. Why are you hindering your rookie?
NFC Championship game.
Well, but why are you hindering him? So he's not at camp. So he's not getting that, building on that season he had. With Scary Terry, he has Debo, obviously, he's getting in the fold with Jaden Daniels is.
Yeah.
But he's missing his number 1 guy that was there last year that he should continue building that repetition with and that chemistry with. That's not holding it because you're not paying him.
That's fair.
Pay him 6 to 7 more million. Get him around that $30 million. Give him a 3-year extension. And by the time it comes to pay your quarterback, Scary Terry will be phasing out. And you'd be bringing in new weapons, and you'd be paying your quarterback.
Yeah.
What's the holdup here?
You're not wrong. I agree.
You have a rookie quarterback.
I don't like the holdup because, like you said, you literally balled out last year. You made an NFC Championship game. We should not be dealing with this right now. We should be focused on how can we return to that same type of form and get better. And
their focus shouldn't be making the NFC Championship game, in my opinion, or even the Super Bowl. It should be how can I groom this diamond I got? How can I groom this generational talent-looking quarterback?
Yes.
How can I make it easier for him? That's what you're supposed to be doing, holding his best weapon out.
We're supposed to be moving forward, not looking like
we're not supposed to be trying to stymie my guy. We're not supposed to stymie. We're supposed to give my rookie quarterback, my rookie quarterback contract, the best opportunity to try to get a ring because that's the best opportunity to get because you can pay everybody defense and offense. With the because as soon as he comes up, $60 million.
Yeah.
If he pans out, $60 million.
Obviously, we gotta wait for year 2.
That's 4 years down the road.
Yes, we got some time down the road. So, but Commanders, get it done. You heard what Brandon said. Get it done. Sometimes I'm just gonna laugh. Like here in a couple weeks, this contract gonna come out. Like they listen to you.
Yeah, well,
you don't need that conversation.
My conversation. My phone's button.
Speaking of not paying their players, seems to be a reoccurring thing that we have to keep talking about on here. The Bengals front office came out and it almost felt like they were trying to defer blame that it's the players' fault, like Shamar Stewart's fault and Trey Henderson's fault for not showing up. The owner came out and said, if you're in jail, I don't want to pay you, referring to Shamir Stewart, who's never had character issues, never been in jail, never been a standout guy. So don't know where that came about. That seemed very odd. And then the player of direction or came out and talking about Trey, and we want to give him a contract extension, but he's on a contract, so he should probably just report to camp. No. Like, I don't know what the Bengals are doing. It's like the Bengals organization trying to come out and make everybody feel like it's not us, it's them. When in all reality, it's you, not them. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
But you want to bring in Noah Fant now, and another offensive guy. Like, no, we need defense. Like, what are we playing here? What are we doing? Like, seems like the last couple episodes, it's just like the Bengals get worse and worse as an organization of where their priorities are at. Like,
well, they had Trey Henderson back-to-back years at 17.5 sacks, was the sack leader last year.
Yep.
On a bad defense.
Yep.
What do you remove him? What do you have defensively? Talk about the opposing quarterback just sitting back there and just ordering dinner, ordering an app, and see what dessert is.
It's crazy
because there's going to be no pressure on him. First-round picks not showing up because you're not paying him either. Yeah. But you know what? Let's bring in this tight end, Noah Fant.
Like, it's crazy. He's literally been a Pro Bowl from the 21 season, 2021, all the way to now. He's been a Pro Bowler. He was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting last year. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
could easily could have gave him the nod for Defensive Player of the Year. And I think that he's like around 30, 31 years old. Trey Henderson.
And we're talking about it.
But the Steelers just paid T.J. Watt. Why don't you make the same commitment? The Bengals let all their studs on the defense side go, and Trey Henderson to me was the ultimate like locker room guy last year. Like, I wanted to be paid last year going into this season, but I knew you got to try and take care of Jamar and T, and I get it. And so he bit the bullet, went in, did his job, got about 18 sacks. Okay, well, you paid Jamar this offseason, you paid T. Where's my money?
Pretty much.
I'm the soul. I'm the heart of the defense, and I'm not getting mine.
He spent 4 years with the New Orleans Saints, and then he's spent 4 years with the Bengals. And since he's been a Bengal dude, he's literally been double-digit sacks every year, but the 22 season where he got 8 sacks. But every other year, it's been 14 and 17 and a half. And a Pro Bowler every year that he's been there, and second in Defense Player of the Year, which again, like
honestly,
you said,
you didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was.
No.
Until we saw him play against our Chiefs, we were like, boy, this white boy bad.
I'm saying, can we block the man? Can we stop this man?
Like, why do I see my quarterback running away and this white man chasing the net? Who is this white man? And why is he getting my quarterback so
He
often?
literally grasped your attention. Like you said, like, we're Chiefs fans, we're sitting here looking at this dude like, can we please block this motherfucker? What are we doing? Like, please. And then you just kind of caught him like this.
In this case, I'm thinking of we're Chiefs fans, we're saying damn dude, this dude's a wrecking ball. And the Bengals are like, you know what? We don't care about making the playoffs. We don't care about being back to the Super Bowl. We're gonna not even pay our best guy defensively.
When Joe Burrow got up on the podium during training camp, and he said it's unfortunate that we don't have all of our stars in our leadership. So that means Joe looks at him as a leader and someone that is big in the locker room. But Joe, I also want to feel like Joe was very adamant about getting his 2 offensive weapons paid. So where is your pressure putting on the organization to pay the best defensive guy that you got left?
Well, that's my thing.
And I'm not trying to put this on Joe, but you are the quarterback, so you are the franchise, right? Like, we want to agree as the quarterback, and he is Joe Burrow. We're not knocking Joe Burrow's talent. It's unfortunate you haven't been to the playoffs in 3 years. Injuries and just unfortunately the division you play in has been a little rough and whatnot. But it's you are the captain. Where are you at putting the pressure? Listen, man, I don't have to go out and throw this ball 80 times. I have to put damn near 50 points to win a fucking game. You saw the shootouts that they had last year with him on the roster.
Yeah.
And then you take him off the roster, you're literally taking away 18 sacks. You're taking away a guy that maybe got to stop on a third down crucially so you can go back out and try to win a game. That's what we're missing here.
Well, that's my thing is he pressured the organization to keep T. Higgins because obviously they're going to pay Jamar, but he obviously went out
because we thought T. Higgins was out the door. We for sure thought he was out the door to a degree.
Well, I didn't think it made sense for them to pay him, but the pressure of the organization it seemed like to keep T. Higgins because as Joe Burrow, I need all the weapons I can get. Yep. Okay. So then obviously your O-line, they put money there, but it hasn't ever panned out for them. They shot and missed. But how you're going to say, unfortunately we don't have all of our leaders here. Why are you not pressuring the organization the same way you pressure to keep your weapons, to keep a weapon defensively? Yeah. They've let safeties, corner.
Instead
of
focusing on that, we're bringing in another offensive weapon potentially in Noah Fant, who is not no slouch either. He's no slouch. Like, I'm not going this way. He's not top of the top, but he's no slouch. Like what are we doing here? Like, and that's my problem with Cincinnati.
Considering Trey Henderson's making $21 million a year this year, which
that's
Daniel Hunter's making 35. Max Crosby's making 35.5. Mick Bosa's at 34. Like, Josh.
He's making what?
Who?
Trey Henderson's making what? 21? Is that what you said?
Trey Henderson is making. Yeah, that's what
he needs to be making at least 28, bare minimum.
He's making 21.
So we're talking about $7 million.
I mean, well,
he should be damn near about 28, almost 30 million.
I mean, if Daniel Hunter is making 35 and he's outperformed Daniel Hunter, who's around the same age. That's about Myles Garrett's making 40 and he's 30. T.J. Watt's making 41 and he's 31. And Trey Henderson has outperformed both of them, really, in my opinion.
But I feel like if you came to Trey Henderson,
he's 30. Yeah, he's 30. All these guys are.
I agree. He should be making about what Daniel Hunter is. But I'm just saying, like, why can't we just give him close to $30 million? Like, I don't know.
He deserves more than $30 million.
No, I get he deserves more, but like, who's to say that he's even made it clear? I don't want to be the highest paid, but I need to be compensated.
So he needs to be around 38. 38 puts him over Daniel Hunter, who I think he's better than. I think currently he's better.
I get you got to go
better than Max Crosby. He's outperforming Nick Bosa. He's outperformed Josh Hines.
He is.
Brian Burns from the Giants is making 28. He's outperformed him, who's younger. Montreal Swell from the Bears is making 24.
That's why I was just saying, like, 28 is like the starting point.
The starting point, bitch. I need 45, and I'll settle for 38. Like, I'm looking at everybody ahead of him money wise. No, the dude needs to be top 5 highest paid.
If I'm the Raiders, or not the Raiders, if I'm the Bengals, like, what are we doing? Let's just go ahead and trade him and send him somewhere where he can, get the bag that he deserves. Like, this is one of those things where people.
It's getting too late.
It's very late. Like, we're literally right around the corner. It's just. The Bengals I just don't know where we're going as an organization.
The Bengals is a poorly ran organization with poor fans that are living off a Super Bowl they finally got to 3 years ago, and honestly, y'all have been like a backseat rider, and you're just holding on to the one time you beat Kansas City, and they championship game, and then lost to Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Like, that's all you've all done in the past
4 years.
Your whole franchise?
Yeah, well.
The whole franchise, all you got to hang on to is that we beat Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid in Kansas City. They championship game, which Mahomes' worst fucking game
he's ever had.
And then you lost to the Rams in the Super Bowl that year. Kudos. What have you done since?
Nothing.
Missed the play.
Well, you went to the AFC Championship
the
following year
and lost to Kansas City, and they have never been back since. While Kansas City has just rattled off more and more Super Bowls.
So,
congratulations.
Bengals front office definitely needs to figure this out.
They're cheap.
They're very cheap.
They're cheap.
And the fact that you want to come out and make statements that they have to try to flip it's just wrong. It just shows you the leadership in the organization. It just shows. And if I'm a defensive player, I know where I'm not trying to go as a free agent. Like, why would I want to go there? Then don't even get it. So we haven't even got over to Shamar Stewart.
Well, I mean, we've already
touched on that. But like, to talk about a man's character if he's in jail, you already said, if he's in jail, then you shouldn't even.
You know how many players get paid that have been in trouble with the law?
Yeah.
Like,
I can understand, like we talked about earlier in the week. If I'm a player, we'll use you. If you, Brandon, are a player, you got legal issues, and a team puts that in my contract, I have to understand. Okay, like, I gotta stay out of. But if I've never been in trouble or lead you to believe I'm in trouble, why does that language have to be in my contract?
Okay, if I had legal problems, I wouldn't be a first-round pick.
Yeah,
like
that's very true.
Laramie Tunsil, the left tackle.
He had a bong mask on.
I'll never forget that draft. That was great. In the top 10.
Boy fell out.
Well, he fell down. He still got tucked in top 10. Mm-hmm. He fell out where he was supposed to be because of it, because it got dropped on draft day.
Somebody leaked his tweet.
But that's a problem, because at that time they were still testing for weed. Now they're not.
Yes.
But he never had any issues. But he got caught with a gas mask on. Smoking weed, doing the weed,
I'll never forget that draft. That was great.
But this dude has no issues. Tyreek Hill had issues coming out of college. Tyreek Hill got drafted a little bit later than what he probably should have.
Yep.
But also didn't know what he could be. But there's players, even current players, that get paid and they've been in legal issues, and they pay them.
Yep.
Like that's a lame excuse for the Bengals to have. They're just a cheap organization.
Absolutely.
I guess they're out of money.
No, you're definitely out of money. No, let me make sure. Before we get to some of the training camp issues, Las Vegas Raiders. So this was a big one. So they released was it Christian Wilkins? Is that his name properly? Did I say that properly right? Make sure I'm getting his name right.
So the Raiders are released defensive tackle Christian Wilkins with a designation termination, the vested veteran from the Raiders. He was owed $35.2 million guaranteed money left on his contract, and they said cut.
And he's like, I'm out.
So he turned around, the NFLPA in him filed a grievance against the NFL.
And you believe he's going to get his
that $35 million.
He's going to get his money.
I think we'll get it back. They cut him and then didn't pay him because you didn't take rehabbing your foot seriously. Like, what do you mean? And then there was a video put out that he was doing a little shimmy in the gym while he was rehabbing. Am I not supposed to rehab in the facility? Am I not supposed to have a little bit of
like, I'm in the facility rehabbing and I'm enjoying and I'm getting back to where I want to be. Like, I thought that was a little crazy. But on that side note, the New England Patriots look like they might be bringing him in. Now, it's not for sure. They did bring him in, talk to him. Just add that to their fucking defense they already got. I mean, Mike Vrabel seems to want him. So, we'll have to wait and see. He won't be on the market very long, like, personally.
No, I think...
it was unfortunate that he got hurt. He only played 5 games for the Raiders, but... he's a great defensive tackle. He won't be on the market long. And if he ends up in New England, it's just... Shout out to that New England defense.
Wherever he ends up, whether it's New England or the Commanders or the Bills, Chiefs, Chargers...
Well, he's going to be linked to the Chiefs because it seems like anybody that comes available is linked to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is.
He's going to be. It's going to be a great cheap addition because all the money's been spent this year, so it's going to be a cheap addition. While he fights to get his $35 million guaranteed that the Raiders are going to have to put on their books.
All right, so the Jets had their training camp, and we were sitting playing our games and whatnot. We see some breaking news that Jets quarterback Justin Fields got a lower leg injury. Limped off and then was carted off. And we're sitting here like, oh shit. Just a dislocated toe. You want to talk about sports media amplifying something that was... He was back at training camp the next day, running around, talking. He was back. But speaking of the Jets, man, at the quarterback position, we were talking about the Bears having the longest drought without a 4,000-yard passer, 105 seasons. The Jets have gone 57 years without a 4,000-yard passer. Last time they had one, 1967. Does Justin Fields break that 4,000 yard pass breaker? No. What do you think he gets at? Around like 30? You think 33? I think 33 is a solid number, right?
28, probably.
You think 28?
I mean, they're going to use him. They're going to utilize.
They got a lot of. They got running games.
They got Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson will get his 1,000 yards, but he's going to be probably around like about 25, 28. Be lucky to get 3,000 passing yards, but he's going to be probably around close to like 800 rushing yards probably for him. I don't foresee him getting anything close to that.
So we got the Browns. They've gone 41 seasons without a 4,000-yard pass. Last time, 1980. Did they get 4,000? No. Who do you think that quarterback's going to be, realistically?
Well, apparently, Shedeur Sanders didn't even get reps in 11v11.
Which is crazy.
And...
Well, it's also crazy, too. There's also reports out there that the Cleveland Browns are eyeing in 2026 Nick Saban and Arch Manning, which I don't know why you're eyeing Arch Manning. There's nothing to indicate to me, and you personally, he hasn't done nothing, but we understand the hype, that he's coming out early. He never transferred. He stayed. What makes you think he's leaving after 1 year of being the starter? I personally don't. I think he stays. I don't think he's coming out.
I don't know. I mean,
and why are you eyeing Nick Saban, who has no intention on ever coming to the NFL? Like, I just don't see him coming in. And if he does, it ain't going to be the fucking Cleveland Browns, who are now sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Yeah, so that's really what I kind of want to talk about. Because, like,
Dude Wipes!
Again, there's no quarterback that's going to be hitting that passing mark. I think, they have Joe Flacco on their roster?
It looks like Joe Flacco might be.
Joe Flacco's probably going to be their starter.
It's who the veterans want.
Gabriel for them.
Dylan Gabriel?
It looks like he's at some point this year.
What about Kenny Pickett?
Kenny Pickett over there, too. Kenny Pickett, little baby hands. you need to get into insurance or something because it didn't work out. You're glad you got a ring, but like it clearly didn't work out for you in the NFL.
That's why he's got to wear gloves. See?
So that way you can fucking ball, your baby hands. All right, my dog's got bigger.
Well, let's talk about these dudes.
So the Browns released their alternate uniforms. They're brown. When I mean brown, I mean brown. They released a new helmet. That's brown. When I mean brown, I mean like brown. And to top it off, when I mean brown, I mean they sponsored by Dude Wipes. You don't know what Dude Wipes are? They're wipes made for dudes to wipe your ass when you shit, when you take a poop. So the Browns be doing brown shit, literally.
And then think about it, when they were doing their review, home dude fell off the blimp into the water.
So when they revealed their helmet, if y'all haven't seen the video, I guarantee you guys.
You gotta go check out the video.
When they revealed the helmet, they were out on like the lake out there, and they pulled the tarp off the helmet. Dude fell off. Right next to the Dude Wipes guy in the fucking mascot logo. Fell into the water. I don't know where he was going, but fell off. So
I was a Cleveland Brown player, and you tell me I have to wear a uniform sponsored by Dude Wipes. I'm like, honestly, go ahead and release me, dog. I don't want to be here no more. Like, let me go home.
Pretty much. How are you going to sponsor? I mean, it's funny, but it's kind of like I'm the Browns. I'm not being sponsored by Dude Wipes.
No, I'm not.
I'm not being sponsored by like literally poop wipes. Yes. I'm not doing that. But they did it. So the Browns will always Browns. Yeah. It literally brings the whole saying, you bring the Browns to the Super Bowl. Like almost everybody knows that.
Yep, that's it.
Taking a shit.
Like I gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
That brings it to
take
a
whole new level.
Make sure you
gotta go get them Dude Wipes.
Yeah, you got them Dude Wipes.
Then you take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Then you got my Dude Wipes.
Got my Dude Wipes.
Got my Dude Wipes. Another injury that I am a little puzzled about that I think needs a lot of talking about, but backup quarterback now, because he's the backup quarterback. Well, he was. Will Levis. He was the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, obviously last year. It didn't work out. He's undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery now. If you guys don't know, the NFL season is right around the corner. And he's just now having that.
He got bad information.
That's hella bad advice. That's hella bad advice to me. Like, that's crazy.
I not want to go underneath the knife because most players and people don't feel once you are on the knife.
But it's just more like this is an injury that occurred last season, and we're just now getting to that's bad advice. If I'm him,
overall for him, it's just bad advice. And honestly, like Tennessee's doing Tennessee kind of things.
Last team on this list, longest drought without a 4,000-yard passer. Tennessee Titans, 33 seasons. Last time, 1991. That's Cam Ward, rookie quarterback. In that draft,
I think he gets close.
I
think he'll get close. I don't think they're quite there yet. The weapons and the O-line, I don't think they're quite there yet. But I mean, he's gonna be airing it out though.
Well, considering the Tennessee Titans have the third highest paid wide receiver room apparently at $47.1 million.
I mean, unless Calvin Ridley,
like your boy,
Calvin Ridley turns into an all-pro wide receiver, I have to see him getting that 4,000 yards.
Now, if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, it's been a tough training camp for you. You lost a quarterback to an ACL. Your offensive lineman rookie was airlifted right at the end of practice. I don't know what the injury was, but he is okay. But I don't know what happened. And then your tight end that came out of retirement, Darren Waller, hit the pup list, baby, right out of retirement.
Well, that's not really surprising though.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dog? You ain't playing football.
Well, he's in football shape.
Like,
so instead of having him counting against the roster, they put him on the pub list so he can ramp up and get into football shape.
And then,
so that one's not really surprising.
That's not surprising, but of the drama side of the Miami Dolphins, Tua spoke on Tyreek Hill having to earn the trust and rebuild relationships with inside that organization after his comments exiting last season. I'm opening that door. I'm out. Thoughts on that? Like,
look, Tua, so the media asked Tua. Tua didn't.
He didn't come out forth with
no, he didn't. Asked about that whole thing, and he was like, "Look, like Tyreek Hill." He said,
consider Tyreek Hill's always came out and said Tua the best quarterback in the league. He's the most accurate.
Right. I mean, you got to support your quarterback, but that's neither here nor there. Tyreek said what he said at the end of the season when they got bounced, and the media asked Tua about it, and he was like, "Look, I mean, he's here. He's trying to, rebuild. Trying to, smooth over, make it better, really."
Yep.
And I think Tua gave the political answer. I think he rubbed a lot of people wrong, especially the fact that Tyreek refused to check back in that game. And honestly, I'm predicting it now. Trade deadline before Tyreek Hill's traded.
Oh no, I can 100%.
And then following that season, Tyreek Hill, and then this to me. So I think I pretty much answered your question about that. I think he has to make amends because like he ruffled feathers. Like how you like not going to compete with us to the very end.
Yep.
But I don't foresee the season going overly great for the Dolphins this year, and I see Tyreek Hill being traded, finishing out that season, and honestly, I see him.
So the Miami Dolphins were 8-9 last year.
I foresee about the same. I don't foresee them doing much better. I can't trust Tua to stay healthy, and I can't trust the Dolphins late when it gets cold when they have to travel. And like this, this air raid. Tyreek Hill's older now too.
Yeah, much
granted, I'm not saying he's lost any like a step or anything, but the blueprint's out. How you
but it's also
Tyreek
like
Hill.
It's not like Tyreek Hill's been very focused on football. He's out here, we've talked about like
but you don't have to have your full focus on him. Like, there's no one saying that he's not grinding, but you have two players that are very similar in Waddle and Tyreek Hill, both that have been paid. And like the scheme's out there. Like when we had the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill, the scheme's out there. How you stop?
Well, you see what Tyreek Hill has to say about Buffalo or something. Plays Buffalo, how they play. I'm like, listen, this, like you said,
Buffalo put
Buffalo did
it out there, and then the Tampa Buccaneers then implemented it in the Super Bowl against us, and then we saw how that went down. Tampa actually went to it in the regular season. After halftime, we saw how close that game got.
Yep.
But I think Tyreek Hill will get traded at some point during the regular season from Miami. They've already moved off some of their guys, and you can.
There's some turmoil over there. There is.
It's hard to try to keep a guy that says he wants out. It's kind of like it's hard to try to smooth things over when I'm sitting here giving it my all in the last game that we need to win, and you're like, you know what? Nah.
No, that's fair. Two more things here. So the NFL is trying to take over their NFL media. It looks like they're trying to buy a 10% stake
into ESPN.
Into ESPN, which will give them rights over Red Zone and the NFL Network. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Do you just
money?
It really comes down.
Instead of having to pay somebody to show my shit, I can just I can buy some of it, so I can pay you just to show my shit, but still make money off what I'm paying you.
Which is the right thing to do.
Which is kind of weird. I don't know, so I know if I would be okay with that. It seems kind of like some kind of a monopoly.
A little bit. Especially like the details about it are still very new and not.
Well, it's kind of weird because they have a contract and a partnership with ESPN and Fox, CBS, and PBS to kind of air their shows.
You got Peacock,
the games,
fucking Prime.
Well,
they got everything.
The streaming services. So it's kind of weird that they're like trying to buy into like NFL Red Zone and NFL Network. It's kind of where they're trying to buy into that revenue aspect. It's kind of weird that like the league is trying to buy into like the broadcast.
10% stock though, doesn't that seem a little low? It seems like just barely.
You might think that's low. Wait till you see how much money
it's
going to cost them to buy it. Like how much they're getting billions of dollars access to. Like the ESPN's paying them billions. All these networks are paying them billions of dollars. Why do you think all these contracts are up to? It's going to cost probably a couple billion just for 10%.
That's a fair statement. So right before we started to go live, or before we started to film this episode, there was some breaking news. At least 100 NFL players face penalty over Super Bowl tickets. Roughly half of the NFL, 32 teams, face fines and possible suspension for allegedly selling their allotted tickets to last year's Super Bowl above face value. That's violation of league policies. That is very interesting. It looks like they will be fined 1.5 times the face ticket value and lose their allotted ticket to the next 2 Super Bowls if they are playing in the game, and players will have a chance to purchase those seats. I'd need some names.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of players. That's a lot
of information on a lot of players. But I would like the names of these players and coaches and staff that
allegedly did this.
They did.
Well, they did it.
They did it. It's not allegedly. They did it. I mean, they're being punished for it. So they've been found guilty. So I'm going to be quite curious to see, like. Is there any big names?
What? And when you say possible suspension, what does that even look like?
I feel like a lot of this maybe not so might players, more like some staff.
That's what I like to do. But I agree. I need names. I need names released. We need to know who these people are.
I need the list.
Kind of like in media, we need the list. Who the fuck out here voting for some shit?
Let me know.
Let me know about that. last thing I want to talk about, Brendan, this is a big thing that we talk about when we talk about sports. Super Bowl or bust, championship or bust, right? Mm-hmm. So, John Harbaugh, Baltimore Ravens head coach, if you do not know, was asked on Super Bowl or bust narrative that surrounds the team on a yearly basis. This is Harbaugh's word. All of this is garbage. It's just so phony. Anybody that says something like that has never actually accomplished anything in their life.
Talk about a dude that's not confident in
That's a tough thing to say, to not say that. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying Super Bowl or bust. Like, there are some teams you look at, regardless across sports, and you look at that roster on paper like, you should probably win a fucking championship. Like, you should be there to compete.
Is that not their aspiration?
Like, you're not wrong.
No, so all right. Buffalo, Super Bowl bust?
Yeah.
Chiefs?
Yeah.
Ravens?
Yes.
Eagles?
Yes.
Niners?
Yes. That's a high payroll. Yes. Top payroll.
Bengals?
Ooh. I mean, you like to think yes, but
you like to think so.
Don't like to think so, yeah.
Okay, so what's the problem with that? Like to me, if my coach is saying like anybody's saying this, you haven't accomplished anything else. What do you mean? Like this is my that's at 32 teams. I really should have said 32 teams. That's your aspiration because you're all zero, and your aspiration is making it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How do you see if we don't make it there, it's Super Bowl bust? No, it is. Like when you have a top 5 elite quarterback, when you're the elite, you have
I'm more focused on the Baltimore Ravens. So like. Do you see the players on your roster?
Well, that's my thing. Is if I'm a Ravens player, or I like the Ravens just as a fan. But if I'm a diehard Ravens fan, I feel a little
like we should.
I feel some kind of way. My coach not saying like, no, this is Super Bowl or bust. This isn't no.
Like, could you imagine he said that and like Ray Lewis is in the room? Like, what do you mean? Like, we should be competing for a Super Bowl every goddamn year.
Like, pretty much.
Ed Reed would probably lose this shit.
I feel like every team's goal should be AFC, NFC championship or bust. Super Bowl, like the goal is to get to the mountain peak. When you can't like, obviously like if you, really it's like Chiefs, Eagles, Bills, Ravens. The NFC side's a little bit tougher. The Lions, you would say it's a Super Bowl or bust as well. But like no, it's Super Bowl bust. Like to me, like I would have a hellation problem. My coach is like, no, like we don't. You just apparently have a little. You're trying to lower. Why are you trying to lower the standards? Like the standard is to get back to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. So I didn't like his comments. I don't like those comments. It's definitely.
That's almost.
You're trying to You're trying to not
give yourself an scapegoat. Well, like I said. But no, like you're paying Lamar Jackson top 5 QB money. Yep. You have the defensive studs you got the weapons you have. You have Derrick Henry, King Henry in the backfield. No, like that. There's no excuse not to get it done this year. There was no excuses last year. There's no excuse this year.
And when you look at how they were last year, like, come on now. Like at a certain point, like we have to be better than that. Like you said, it's just like a route to get an scapegoat, and I'm not a big fan of that one. Moving on to the AFC. I want to talk AFC here, and I want to talk about quarterbacks under pressure. You want to start with the AFC East. We're going to start AFC. So obviously in the AFC East, we got Buffalo, Miami, Jets, New England. So you got Josh Allen, Tua, Justin Fields, and Drake May. Of those quarterbacks, who's under the most pressure in that division? Like Josh Allen's under pressure, but it's Super Bowl. But like you look at Tua, can you stay healthy? Can you produce a winning? Can you get us to the promised land? Justin Fields, like this is your show, or the reins are now yours. It's seeming like, and then there's Drake May, year 2. What can you blossom in?
Well, I think all of that. There's different.
There's different pressures.
There's different levels of pressure.
Definitely in that division. Definitely
in the sense of like trying to establish themselves. I think it's Tua. Okay. I think Tua has the biggest pressure on him to establish himself as really kind of the guy. He's been sort of paid as the guy, but I think between me, it's Tua. The most intriguing would be Drake May.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the most fascinating
like storyline would be
Justin Fields.
Yes.
But like when you say pressure,
it's Josh Allen.
It's Josh Allen because you have to get it done at some point. At some point,
you've been to AFC.
You have to get past Kansas City.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to beat Kansas City.
Because really, again, people fail to realize it's just Kansas City. He's beaten the Lamars. He's beaten these guys.
Well, he's beaten Lamar, but he's lost to Joe, and he's lost to Patrick, but he's gotten to the chip, and he's fallen to Kansas City every time he's faced Patrick Mahomes, whether it's the chip or the divisional round, he's fallen to Mahomes in Kansas City. So for the Buffalo Bills and the organization, the most pressure is on him to get them over the hump and get to the Super Bowl. Not get if it's divisional round and you see the Chiefs. That's great. They beat them, but you have to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got to get
Super Bowl or bust. And you can say that I've never accomplished anything, I guess. But Super Bowl or bust for Buffalo.
Yes, sir.
But like Tua, the Dolphins, they're kind of in a weird spot. If Tua don't look good, that team could be in a big old upflux.
Brian Flores could be looking like somebody that was very right, who was very criticized.
He's going to have to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's fair. Moving on to the AFC North, we got Baltimore, Steelers, Cincinnati, Cleveland. We have Lamar Jackson. We got Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, and I'm just going to go Joe Flacco.
Okay.
Under most pressure in that organization or in that division to produce. You'd have to say almost kind of like, again, same thing, different levels of pressure, right?
It's kind of hard to say anybody in that division's really in a whole lot of pressure. Like Joe's just like happy to still be in the league. So you're going to say he's under pressure.
Then you got Joe Burrow, who hasn't been in the playoffs in 3 years.
Joe Burrow's been to a Super Bowl. He's been paid, but we all know the talent that he has.
And you got Aaron Rodgers, 4-time league MVP.
But Joe Burrow, I can't help the.
But really, I would have to say again, it's come back to like kind of what we said about Joe. It's on Lamar Jackson. You kind of get it done. Like you have the team.
Aaron Rodgers has gotten it done. There's a lot of pressure, I think, on it. I would put more pressure on if in totality. I'd say more pressure on Aaron Rodgers. 1A, 1B, Lamar in like career totality, I would say Lamar Jackson. But for this one season, the Steelers are really putting it all in on Aaron Rodgers
Absolutely.
to get it done. But in totality, for his full career longevity, Lamar has to get it done.
That's fair. AFC South, we got Houston, Colts, Jags, Tennessee. So we got C.J. Stroud. We're going to go Anthony Richardson for the Colts. Trevor Lawrence, and for Tennessee, Cam Ward. Most pressure.
Trevor Lawrence.
That's it, Trevor Lawrence.
No, that's Trevor Lawrence. No, the dude's been paid, hasn't done anything, and I would like to see something from him. Cam Ward has the least amount of pressure. C.J. Stroud, I'm expecting a little bit of bounce back.
Like Trevor Lawrence has the most pressure, then it's Anthony Richardson. Obviously, like we need your
C.J. Stroud.
Your time is a lot more ticking than obviously Trevor Lawrence because he's been paid and whatnot. So it's like,
but he's going in back to the third year of that paid money.
Yeah, so it's like,
so I'm kind of waiting to see like Trevor Lawrence finally like establish himself as something. A top 15 quarterback would be cool.
Yeah,
like he's not even a top 15 quarterback probably.
No.
And so, he could be a Dak Prescott type guy. That wouldn't be bad for the Jags.
No, like we need something like.
And so CJ Stroud had a great rookie year, solid sophomore year.
Yep.
So I'm expecting a very strong MVP
like
quarterback candidate.
Outside of like those two, it's really Anthony Richardson. Like I need to see it because we talked a big game for him when he came out of college from Florida. Just the injuries and just all that.
We'll see if he can stay healthy. His shoulder seems healthy. His arm seems healthy. So
we're really like
see what kind of happens. But there's a lot of pressure in Indianapolis from the GM, the coaching staff, the head coach, and him to get this season right.
Absolutely.
And just kind of honestly, there's no pressure on the rookie. We'll see what you got in Tennessee.
Yeah, and then we move on to our division in the AFC West. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, Chargers, Denver Broncos, and the Raiders. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, and Geno Smith.
You go ahead and you give me your...
It's Justin Herbert for me.
Bo Nix.
Oh, you got Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. We don't know. Justin Herbert's Phillip Rivers 2.0. So, it's been established there. I don't expect much more what they are. They haven't added any weapons.
No.
Najee Harris has reported to camp with his one eye that he's missing or something going on with that.
I did see the Chargers did sign a running back that hasn't been in the league in like 3 years. They brought him into
Nakeem Hines.
Yeah, Nakeem Hines.
So, the Chargers haven't added any weapons for Herbert. He had weapons and he put up numbers, but not wins. He's been to one playoff game and blew a big lead to
Trevor Lawrence, who tried to throw the game too.
Everybody else just had like 4 or 5 interceptions. But for me, it's Bo Nix. Like, I know it's for me. He's obviously coming off his rookie campaign, but we know what Geno Smith is. There's no pressure. We know what he is.
Yeah.
We know what Justin Herbert is. I mean, the standard is set for Patrick Mahomes, who win the division and they'll be in the playoff race. Bo Nix is the biggest pressure there. Can you take the next step? He spent time with Drew Brees this offseason. Can you take that next step in your sophomore year?
Fair.
It's cool to have slumps. It's cool not to have some bad games or some kind of bad year.
Yeah.
But can we see that development like we saw even with C.J. Stroud? He struggled, but we still saw the progress.
That's fair. Before we get to our top 5 running backs in the league, these were the top 5 NFL storylines going into this season. I want to know if you agree with these. We're going to start with number 5. These are storylines in the NFL.
Okay.
Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson at number 5. Jared Goff without Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
The Eagles versus the world.
No.
Okay.
What?
I didn't like that.
I mean, it's Eagles versus like Cowboys. I guess.
Number 2, is this the year for Lamar, Burrow, or Allen? That's fair. And then number 1, Patrick Mahomes' revenge tour.
I mean,
that revenge tour is going to be something.
Xavier Worthy's be looking quite feisty. We're going to have Hollywood, hopefully healthy. Rasheed Rice will be suspended for 2 to 4 games.
Still waiting to see
But we'll get clearly a number 1 stud in Rasheed Rice. We saw what he looked like in the first 3 to 4 games. And so that scorched earth revenge tour. And Travis is apparently looking like he's in his early 20s, according to Andy Reid.
Down 20 pounds.
So that scorched earth tour, definitely for Patrick Mahomes, how it looked. That O-line looking a lot younger and healthier and better in totality. With Juwan Taylor hopefully not being out there at all. that revenge tour looking pretty good.
But those are the top 5 storylines according
I don't
to
understand the Eagles.
First Take. That's
the Eagles versus the world.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the Eagles versus the world. Like, what do you mean Eagles?
Like they've now won 2 Super Bowls in the past 10 years.
10 years basically.
So, I mean, we'll say really it's 6 years. So they're on their mini little, we'll call it a little mini great, small little baby dynasty because 2 Super Bowls in the past 6 years is pretty hella solid with 2 different quarterbacks, Nick Foles, and then now
Jalen Hurts.
So I mean, no one hates the Eagles. The Eagles fan base spent too.
I hate Nick Sirianni.
I don't understand that one.
Okay, so now let's get to the nitty gritty here at the end of our episode. Our top 5 running backs in the NFL. I went first last time.
Am I going first?
Am I going? I think you should go first.
All right, I'll go first.
He has no honorable mention. He said there is no honorable.
There's not, and if you have one, I'm vetoing it. So number 1, it's clear as day. It's the matter cover. It's Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Saquon Barkley, I think, speaks for himself. Over 2,000 rushing yards. My second is Jamari Gibbs from Detroit.
Okay.
And then my third is Derrick Henry.
Okay.
My 4th is McCaffrey.
Oh, that's fair.
And then my last one is 5th is Bijan Robinson.
Oh, wow, okay. Our list is a little different. So I did have
it's okay to have your own opinion to be wrong.
I did have an honorable mention, and mine was Gibbs. Mine was Gibbs for honorable mention. At number 5, I had Josh Jacobs. At number 4, I have CMC. At number 3, I have David Montgomery from the Detroit Lions. David Montgomery. I have him at number 3.
How do you have David Montgomery? I'm just trying to find his stats. Hang on.
He did get hurt, but he was on a fucking tear.
I'm still going. No. Keep going.
And at number 2, I have Derrick Henry. And at number 2, I have Saquon Barkley. Gibbs isn't even going to be a running back this year. He's going to be a wide receiver. He ain't going to be a running back.
I just want you to know, I still have not found David Montgomery. And I'm at 24 now.
That's okay.
25.
I'm telling you, this year.
Swift's at 26 for the Chicago.
I'm telling you, David Montgomery, watch out. He's coming.
No.
He was coming last year before he got hurt.
I'm going to need a little bit, you're going to have to defend that one, because I don't understand how you have David Montgomery, who I'm on the list, and I'm not seeing David Montgomery. He's not even on the top 32 running backs.
I'm telling you,
David Montgomery. They went and they signed.
Him and Gibbs were literally, they called him the Sonic Bros.
Right, but he gone.
But he got hurt. He got hurt right at the end, and then Gibbs obviously kept it up. But I'm telling you, Trust me, we're going to come back
to
to
who does he play for?
Detroit Lions.
No.
David Montgomery plays for Detroit.
That's great, but no. How are you going to have Gibbs? And
Gibbs is not going to be a running back this year. They literally already came out
just because he's running out of the flex, out of the backfield.
He's going to be running out of the slot wide.
That just means he's going to be a 1 through 4 down
he's
back.
He's going to be an Swiss knife.
No, absolutely not.
Watch out for David Montgomery.
I apologize for my co-host over here with his horrible running back list. I let you pass on the wide receivers with Nico Collins. You have 2 running backs off the same team.
You said honorable mention don't count.
The honorable mentions don't count, but your list's still trash because of it.
Well, what's trash about it? I got Saquon, Derrick Henry, David Montgomery,
Derrick Henry's 2?
Josh Jacobs.
Derrick Henry's 2. The one-trick pony is 2? One-trick pony is 2. He's the other first down, second down. It's 3rd and 5. He's off the field. He can't catch at 2?
He's still a tremendous running back.
He's a great running with the ball, but what else can he do? Saquon can do it all. Gibbs can do it all.
Yeah, but Saquon about to be on the mat cover. I'm scared for him.
I can't help what's going to happen this season. I'm just saying.
Look at CMC. Look what happened to him. I'm terrified for
CMC is always hurt.
So, but Josh Jacobs, though, he's been solid. Literally.
But Josh Jacobs can at least catch out of the backfield.
I'm not really.
I know, because he's not better than Jonathan Taylor. Or Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams seems to tear his ACL every other season.
Kyron Williams had 316 attempts, 1,300 yards, had 4 yards per catch, 14 rushing touchdowns, 34 catches for 182 yards. He had 3 fumbles. But Bijan Robinson had 300 attempts for 1,456 yards, 4 yards per carry, 14 rushing touchdowns, 61 catches, 430 yards.
Josh Jacobs had 301 rushes for 1,329 yards, 15 touchdowns.
Yeah. And Jamari Gibbs, 1,412 yards on 250 attempts. 5.6 yards per carry.
How many touchdowns?
16 rushing touchdowns. 517 catches, or 552 catches, 517 yards for 4 touchdowns. 1 fumble loss. Let's go to Derrick Henry. Okay, 325 attempts for 1,900 yards, about 6 yards per carry. That's solid. 16 touchdowns. That's solid. 19 catches, 193 yards, 1 fumble loss, 2 receiving touchdowns. No sir, you 3 or 4. And then obviously, the beast Saquon over 2,000 yards.
Yeah, Saquon.
13 rushing touchdowns. I mean, he only had 33 catches, 2 tutties, but. And a fumble loss. No. Honestly, what was your... So, go again. I need you to go again. Because your list is...
5 is Josh Jacobs. At number 5, Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
Number 4, CMC. Number 3, David Montgomery.
Number 2... How is David Montgomery 3?
I think he's going to kill...
Where's Gibbs?
He's my honorable mention.
No! No, there's no way. There's no way you're having Jamari Gibbs with 250 attempts. He's not a rookie. He's going into year 4. He has 250 attempts or over 1,000.
But this is the really first year he broke out. You're always telling me
he's been great pretty much since after his rookie year. He's been great. Finally got the workload because Montgomery got hurt, and we saw what he can do. Sure, he didn't have a great 1-2 duo, but the dude does it all. Over 500 catches. 5.6 yards per carry.
But he's more to me like a gadget guy, where you can put him anywhere. I'm talking running back.
So you have David Montgomery. So you're taking David Montgomery over Josh Jacobs, Bijan Robinson, who has
Bijan Robinson,
yards.
But he's in Atlanta.
But he has 1,456 yards, 14 rushing touchdowns. You have Kyron Williams, 4.1 yards per carry, 14 rushing yards, 14 tutties, 1,300 yards. Taylor still had 11 touchdowns on 1,400 yards. And only 14 games, by the way, because he had a holdout.
Again, if you would take David Montgomery's work...
Aaron Jones had 5 rushing touchdowns, 1,100 yards, 4 yards per carry on 255 attempts. I would take Bucky over him. 207 attempts, and he had a split backfield with...
I want to put Pacheco there, but Pacheco got hurt. Pacheco would have been in the top 5 if he didn't get hurt.
Well, he got hurt. This is ass. I'm sorry, guys. His list is ass. His wide receiver list, I gave him a pass. I can't give him a pass on this one. David Montgomery does not belong in the top 5.
We're going to come back to this list during the season, and David...
And you're going to look horrible that Montgomery.
And when I look right, he's gonna have to apologize.
How many rushing yards you giving David Montgomery?
Oh, he's gonna definitely get over 1,300 rushing yards this year.
You look. I closed my laptop. I don't know the last time he even had 1,000.
He's gonna get.
When's the last time he had 1,000 rushing yards? When's the last time David Montgomery had 1,000 rushing yards?
I have to look.
Oh, we'll wait. Because we wait. Because, never.
David Montgomery, let me go.
There's no way he's in your top 5. There's no way. So, fantasy, you're taking in top 5 running back?
David Montgomery, well, he was in Chicago for the most of his career.
I can't help that.
So, I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm not going to hold
it. You can't help that. He's had 1,000 yards rushing?
Yes, he's had it 3 times in his career.
Out of how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 6 years.
And where's the most of those 1,000 yards?
He's 2 in Detroit and 1 in Chicago.
They ain't getting that this year.
And he was on pace to get it this year before he got hurt.
They ain't getting it this year.
He had that fucking knee injury. But he did come back in the playoffs. He did come back. He did play a lot.
That's cool. Now,
we're going to come back to it. He's going to be
Your list has been vetoed.
He's going to be great. Trust me. Believe in the... Trust
No.
This process. Not drill and beats process. Trust this process.
Veto.
But make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next week.